Hi everyone, welcome. I am Maggie of maggiesbliss.com and we are here today to talk about the Pleiadian lineup. We are in the thick of it at the moment. We're starting to wean our way out, being the 19th. So the Pleiadian lineup tends to hit its peak on the 18th. It tends to come in a window of the 15th to the 20th and hits its strongest peak on the 18th. So that being said, that's what we're here to discuss today. I don't know how long it's going to take me to say all I want to say. This is going to be considered also like a little bit of an energy update too. Of course it's an energy update. It's about the Pleiadian lineup and then anything else that just comes in for right now. So I wanted to do just a quick smudging because we need the smudge. We need the smudge. We need it now more than ever, right? It's good to do Palo Santo or white sage. Some people prefer Palo Santo. This beautiful tree, Palo Santo tree stick. And some people prefer white sage and some people just go for both. I tend to do more white sage than Palo Santo, but I love them both. And what's beautiful is they are antibacterial, antimicrobial, so they're really going to help you when you're not feeling good. My daughter refuses the old Indian, let me think, I'm going to say it wrong. I hope I say it right. Old Indian, I want to say wild cherry, but it's not wild cherry. Bark syrup. I forget what it is. Anyway, if you happen to catch this and you want to know what it is, it's all natural, lots of herbs, echinaceas in there, but I meant a lot of other ones. And every time I take it, I feel so much better. But anyway, she doesn't want to do it. I have to just hold my nose. It's not as bad as ACV. I'm not one who likes vinegar, so I'm not into ACV. I just want to vomit just by having it close to me, so it's just not for me. But lemon water's good. That'll clear your system. And I'll hold my nose with that syrup, but there is an aftertaste that will go away if you just have a chaser. It's fine, but she doesn't want it. So what I do is I burn Palo Santo, white sage around her when she's not feeling good, and I make her breathe it in, which is nice. It's also good to have frankincense. You can take frankincense powder and put it on the outside of your nostrils, and that will you'll breathe in that healing benefits, and it'll get into your body as well that way. Echinacea, eucalyptus is good to have diffusing. So anyway, those are some cool little tips that I didn't expect to share with you just now, but it's all about the energies right now. Here's what's fun about the Pleiadian lineup, and usually when I connect to those energies, especially the galactic energies, but the energies period, I tend to talk wicked fast. I am from New England, so we're already fast talkers, but then when the energy comes in, it's just like, whew, it zips right through you, and it's just like you have to get all the information out. And so I may or may not be doing that right now. We'll see. I kind of feel the amped up energy already. So that's what the Pleiadian lineup does too. It just speeds up the energy, it speeds up the frequency, the higher vibrations are coming in. So it's another window. I have my notes here, so I want to make sure I get through everything that I wanted to tell you about the Pleiadian lineup. So we've smudged, cleared, but just know this, the Pleiadian lineup occurs when the Earth and the Sun and the Pleiades star cluster, they're in a nice straight line. They're in alignment. And this happens twice a year, in May and November. In May from the 15th to the 20th, November from the 15th to the 20th, it tends to be real powerful, 17, 18, 19, around those dates in those months. Not coincidentally, in my opinion, no one's called this out yet other than me that I know of. They're both happening right after our open windows, when the veil is the thinnest, happening after Beltane in May, happening after Samhain in October. The veil is the thinnest. So in May, that window is all about life entering, life coming in. And in October, it's all about life leaving, souls crossing over. But the veil is the thinnest at both of those times. And then comes in the Pleiadian lineup each time. In May, the lineup is Earth, Sun, Pleiades. In November, it's Earth, Pleiades, Sun. So the lineup may feel more powerful in November just for that reason. And I have visuals. So I just wanted to show you these images. I have a link I'm going to share with you in the comments of this video, so just go check it out. A link right to the Pleiadian Lineup article I have on my website, so that you can read about it, see the visuals, soak it in, see what it means to you, see what resonates to you. So we have in May, up here is Earth, Sun, Pleiades, and in November it's Earth, Pleiades, and then Sun on the other side. So wait, did I say that wrong? Oh, okay, so the Sun and the Pleiades are around Earth. I did say that wrong. So Earth, Sun, Pleiades in May, and then we have the Pleiades, Earth, and the Sun, so they're like sandwiching Earth, which is even cooler and more powerful, because I am a big proponent of sun gazing. I love to sun gaze. There are 2 hours in a day where it's safe to sun gaze, in the morning and at night. In the morning, you'll see it on your weather app or wherever you see the exact time that the sun is starting to rise for that hour from that time. And then an hour before sun sets is when you can gaze directly at the sun. I find the morning the best time for me, and choose your times, but it's when everything is still kind of quiet and everything's just starting to wake up, and it's when you're at your best to set intentions, so it sets the tone for your day. So it's like the best time to do it. So that brings in healing energies. Whenever I sun gaze, I feel like I had an energy healing session like all day. I feel that warmth in my body. And it raises your frequency, it solarizes your body, and we need the sun to thrive, right? To live. So that makes sense. So sun gaze, that'll be amazing. Sun gazing at this time, that'll be amazing, especially if you're like me and you're a morning person. So that'll be powerful if you can do it. But do it either times. The Pleiades, you may find that nighttime is your time when the stars are out and you can actually connect directly to those Pleiades. You can see them better at night. And then we hit the witching hour, and where the veil is the thinnest. And they have said that it's midnight, but it's about 3 a.m. That's the witching hour. But you find the time when the veil is the thinnest for you, when the energy works for you, and when you can do it. Just do it. Meditate every day. You will connect to these energies. So we've left Samhain, our veil is starting to close, and then right away, what do we have in November? We go right into the 11/11 portal. So we had the 11/11 portal, obviously, on November 11th, and that is powerful energy for manifesting, to call in a soulmate and twin flame love, to connect to those energies, to assist you in raising your frequency, to manifest anything that you're needing to manifest, whether it's calling in a relationship, more love in the current relationship you have, a job, a career, more peace, more happiness, more upliftment, more connection to your soul's mission, whatever it is. It's like really great for that. It's the beautiful magical gateway for that. And if you don't already know, I have an 11/11 Magical Gateway to Ascension Facebook group where you can go and hang out and post stuff about the Ascension, about your symptoms, about anything along the lines of that spiritual, all the spirituality stuff. So, okay, so we have the Pleiadian lineup, and then so then we left Samhain. We had our 11/11 portal, and now we're in the Pleiadian lineup. This open time frame, this portal for energy, it's galactic energy, most specifically Pleiades, Pleiadians, that energy. But you will also find that you are more deeply connected to your galactic roots, your starseed roots. Out there, whether it's like I connect very strongly to the Lyrans, so I feel them all the times when there's some sort of veil thinning, gateway energy opening there. So I connect strongly to the Lyrans and the Pleiades, as well as just the emissaries of light. So the emissaries of light, there are emissaries of light for each star race as a group of emissaries of light that people will connect to. And then there are emissaries of light who hold, that actually holds one star race in the group from all the star races, so that they can all come together and gather in that way. So you may find yourself connecting to them. You might call them galactic councils, galactic federation of light. I really gravitate towards emissaries of light. It's what I resonate with, but I do still just call them all in when I'm working on energy healing, meditating. So whatever you name it, it's the energy you're connecting to. So like, what do you resonate with? And that's your truth. All of that is happening, and we have Mercury retrograde right now. It's going direct tomorrow, but we will have a 2-week window after Mercury retrograde, after Mercury goes direct tomorrow. Then we're gonna have 2 weeks of being in Mercury retrograde shadow, so we'll feel some of the remnants of it leaving. But really, like I mentioned a week ago when I did the energy update, pick a card, it's about decluttering and getting rid of the chaos from your life, and really simplifying is powerful. So trying to find ways to simplify your life will simplify where your focus is and make what you're focusing on more potent, more powerful, and you'll zero in on those things that you truly desire with more ease. So declutter your life. Feng Shui at its best, right? Oh, I think my candle went out. I couldn't see it. It's not out. It's just hit. It's behind the label, my angel label. So I'm big on fire, so I had to make sure she was still lit. Can you see it? So now I'm just gonna jump into my notes. So we have the Mercury retrograde that's really making this Pleiadian lineup feel like all sorts of like, blah! And because everything's so much more powerful, it really is magnifying the energies to help you remove what no longer serves. The Pleiadian lineup is about assisting you in getting in perfect alignment with your soul's mission once again. If you have veered off or kind of procrastinated and stopped, the Pleiadian lineup will work towards getting you back on track from time to time. Everyone's going to experience it differently because everyone's on a different path, a different blueprint for life, and if they're on their path, then it's going to be a beautiful experience. If they've veered off, so some adjustments may be occurring for you. You may feel, and I'll go through them, but you'll experience those ascension symptoms that I speak a lot about in my books, Divine Embrace and How I Found My True Inner Peace. Forgot to bring those over, but I have those there. If you go to the store area on my website, it'll link you to Amazon or Hay House to purchase the books if you're interested in them. So in those books, I just describe Kundalini awakening ascension symptoms, and I dive deeper into the whys and what you can do to feel balance. And one of the main things is surrender, whether it's Kundalini awakening anytime, whether it's because of the Pleiadian lineup, whatever it is, you're awakening, you're ascending, and we're raising the frequency and the vibration of the planet, of ourselves, through ourselves too. So we're working towards transmuting all of that icky energy to assist in raising our frequency, and therefore ripple effect helps the earth. But then also our goals can be to come together as starseeds, as empaths, as light workers, as whatever you want to call it, come together and send love and light to earth. Like I try to do that every day, or every day that I remember. I'm always transmuting though. And to note, we are all starseeds, and you may align more so with, especially anyone who's watching this is a starseed. But you may align with one race or another more so, like the Pleiades, the Lyrans, the Avians, the Arcturians, who I love them. Like I can feel their energy light codes coming in when I just say their name. The Vegans, the Syrians, those from Oceania, which is Sirius B. You may connect more so with angels. Some have debated that the Pleiadians are angels, and they've just been depicted differently because of their energetic frequency. Matters not. What you name it is perfect for you. And know that even those who have only incarnated on Earth are starseeds, because Earth is of this galaxy. I know, like, the main, like, if you're going to define the starseed, it's about being from other planets and not Earth, but everyone has been everywhere and on Earth, because we're here, we're listening, and we're doing this work. So we are Earth incarnates now and starseed incarnates, and we've done whatever our path is and incarnated in whatever starseed race that is right for our evolution, for our soul. And now we've decided to come to Earth. It's a unique planet of a denser frequency to assist with the fog that comes over us when we incarnate, to assist us to experience God, experiencing God's self, right? We are light. We are all made of stardust, and we are all experiencing the light being that we are. And it's so helpful to take a moment to stop, breathe, get present, and then try to connect to what's present with your presence. There is always an awareness of the awareness, the energy beneath the energy, and connecting to that energy helps you, like, really connect to the divine source creator, the truth at the core of the universe, and you start to really open up, and it brings more peace in your life when you're connected. A lot more anxiety and depression occurs when we are too in Muggle land, too much in the mundane world, too focused on the activities and the chaos and the, and being inside, or all of that. Just too much of that creates depression and anxiety. You're too worried about all those mundane things, when really all you have to do is get out in nature, look at the stars, look at the trees, connect, reconnect, and see the truth is all is well. We are connected. We are a part of source, and there is a higher source, a divinity, a synchronicity in the universe, this divine creation, the divine design of this creation brings us, like, that, the magic in our world again. It brings us upliftment and joy and peace and happiness, and it fills us with the truth. And I have more I want to share. It's like I'm trying to reach for the words, but they're like all that sorts of wonky energy. But if you can just take a moment to breathe and know that what's in your outer reality is your inner reality. What's in your inner reality is creating your outer reality. And when you're seeing and experiencing something you don't like, it is something that you are either needing to work on and work through with yourself, or a pattern that you need to remove, something to transmute, especially if it's triggering you. And if that's people or situations, start to experience it first in the inner reality, the higher vibrations, the 5D, the higher, and go in meditation about it. And before reacting as much as you humanly possibly can, because you're creating your reality. So you step into the 5D, take a breath, and start to envision this most amazing experience with that person, that experience, that situation, that challenge, solutions coming, happiness coming, peace being found for all involved, for the highest and best good of all. And the more you do that, the more it is felt, and you can even call to the higher selves of those people to ask permission that they receive that session too that you are doing, that it's felt across the universe in that positive way it's meant to. And that all is well. And then often there's nothing to do in the 3D world. It is complete in the 5D. You may find that when you go back into work or go back to that person or go back to that situation, that all of a sudden it's taking care of itself. Or there might only be one thing that you have to do, but it wasn't nearly as intense as you were making it out to be. Because you went in and you decided, I'm going to create my reality and send love and light to this situation anyway. And then it's this most amazing magical experience. You start to realize you're the creator, and you always were. Whether you knew it or not, you were always creating your reality, and it was time for you to see that. It's really cool. It's really amazing. So I recently had a meditation. I've had several divine cosmic messages coming through recently, and I just haven't had time to finish the final touches on them. And I think sometimes that's on purpose, because I'm meant to share it with you in a video instead. So I share. But they are also well received when you read them, because then you can take it in your time frame rather than however fast or slow I'm talking or being in a video. But so what I'm sharing now is that what's come through, it was a very fast, beautiful session yesterday where I was connecting to a situation, and then I was called to just say Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono is an ancient Hawaiian clearing technique that you say 4 phrases, and they're so powerful. Whenever I am at a loss and I feel helpless, I go to those 4 phrases. I call on the angels and God and Jesus and Goddess and the Pleiades and the emissaries of light. And I call on my team, my light team, the Lyrans. Like, who do you connect to? Who do you call in? Maybe you're connecting with Kuan Yin energy today, or Mother Mary. So for me, I ho'oponopono the shit out of whatever that situation was. And I was really feeling a beautiful cleansing and purification from that situation. You say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry for anything in me that created this situation. Please forgive me for that part in me that created this situation. I love you. High vibration, highest vibration. Send love and light to that situation. It's potent. It's powerful. Gratitude, saying thank you. Appreciation, high in vibration, and it feels complete. And some people will say, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. You do you. I like to say, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you, thank you. And you say it over and over again. You can say it to someone in your mind when you're in front of them, and you might even see them reacting to you, seeing the light within them instead, and just sending those phrases. Whenever I say those phrases, I see those phrases in people. It's pretty magical. I see their light. I see their light flame inside, near their solar plexus and sacral center. And it can start to expand and grow brighter. But it helps me to see that human being that I was pissed at or upset with or sad over, to see them as a light being. Because that's what we are, star beings, light beings, having this human experience. And then as I say those phrases, I see them as the light being they are, and that they're doing the best that they can with what they've got. And whether it's to the level that I want it to be or not is not the issue. I need to accept what is and set my healthy boundaries when possible, if it's one of those kinds of situations. And then do my inner work. And do those phrases for myself, to remove myself from whatever created that, because I don't want that anymore. So there's a lot more with Ho'oponopono. I have a class that I did with my Mystic Soul course this past year that I'm making available individually for anyone who would like. My Ho'oponopono workshop that I did. Also my I had several crystal classes embedded in the Mystic Soul course, and they're all available, all ready for purchase. I have a separate tab on my website where you can go to just learn about crystals. So you can purchase those separate classes. I describe what they are, so you can choose which one you want, or you can get them all if you're like, I want all the crystal intel. So Ho'oponopono is pretty powerful. So that came up, and then all of a sudden Jesus stood before me, and I connect with his energy a lot, and his energy can make you cry because it's so pure and high in vibration. And then if there is, at least there usually is with me, if there's a part of you that doesn't feel worthy of that presence and that energy, there's something in him that just says, no, you're so worth it. You are worthy and you are important. So know that you are important. And Jesus said so too. Jesus, the Pleiadians, Jesus comes in with the Christ consciousness, that high vibration ascension grid energy, and that's coming more and more into our energy and our frequency in the planet, in our energy. And so him coming in during the Pleiadian lineup is just an extra confirmation of how wide the gateway is, the portal of the Pleiadian lineup, to assist with bringing in those frequencies, those energies. And if you can just sit and meditate for a few minutes during the Pleiadian lineup, several times a day if you can, at least once, and connect, you'll feel those beautiful vibrations, those beautiful frequencies. Gotta do it. So that's what came up with one of my divine cosmic messages, to remind you are worthy, to remind you of Ho'oponopono, and to remind you to step back and do the work in a higher vibration, a higher frequency. The magic happens at a more powerful, faster rate when you do it in those higher frequencies. And instead of a lot of doing in the 3D, you get it done energetically. And then there's less doing and just a lot of just going with the flow. You blend the realities. It's not about one reality or the other. It's blending and merging them both so that you are grounded, and you are up here in the galactics too, so that you can be of both realities. To have balance in your divine feminine and masculine as much as possible. To see both sides of the coin, to bring yin and yang together in perfect union, is this energy. Twin flame energy is coming again. Even now, we left the twin flame, the 1111 portal, but we're still in that energy, and we're feeling it again with the Pleiadian lineup, because that's all about aligning with your true soul's mission, higher frequencies. And when you do that, you're connecting to your twin flame. Whether your twin flame is on the other side or here in this reality, you can connect to their energy. And I had a lot more to discuss with that with regard to the 1111 information and twin flame information on my 1111 what I call it, gateway meditation and ritual, but it's on my YouTube channel. You can watch that if you're interested with more of that information. Information keeps coming in, and I'm like trying to finish the first thought, and I forgot the thing that was coming in. Shoot. I was talking about balance and grounding your energy. So yes, the main goal of like the star seeds is to, we volunteer to come here to raise the frequency of the planet, to bring others who may not be awake, to plant the seed, to awaken them, and to assist in the raising of the frequency of the planet. And to do that, we transmute a lot of energy. So a lot of star seeds are empaths. And since we're all star seeds, there's a lot of empaths out there. But there are more in tune folks that have that empathic energy. And recently for me, the past few days, I've been feeling a lot of other people's anxiety. It's been heightened. Mercury retrograde will do that when they're making you face the issues. Mercury retrograde takes the procrastination out of you and says, no, you have to face it. You have to do it now. So there could be anxiety regarding that, or just other issues, or just things to transmute. So I've had to check in with my inner pendulum, my outer pendulum, and just make sure, am I supposed to do something with this, or am I transmuting this energy? So it was a lot of just communication is key, and then just connecting to your higher self, your guides, your light team, and seeing what you need to do. And if it's transmuting, it's just sending that energy down to Mother Earth. Gaia can take the energy and transform and transmute it into pure light. She can take as much as you can give and more. Same with Violet Flame of Saint Germain. If you prefer, send it up to the Violet Flame of Saint Germain for transmutation into pure light. Visualize that purple flame and transmute it. Wear, especially during these times, something that grounds you better. Starseeds are very wanting to be in the galactic energy, so they need more reminders to ground, and that'll help them in sending energy out and down to Earth or up to sky. But where like I have this is black obsidian. Let's see if I can bring it a little closer for you. Black obsidian with the flower of life on there. Can you see that? That's so cool. I love it. So anyway, I decided to wear this yesterday, and I have felt so much better with the anxiety energies in the field. There's a lot of people that suffer from a really heightened anxiety around me. And it's just one of those things, like everyone has the genetics. It's something that's, and a lot of family members have it, and like coworkers, but like you'll notice that more people have it when they're too much in the mundane world and too much not grounding the energy or being out in nature or meditating. So, and yoga is so helpful. So why am I a yoga teacher? Of course, I'm going to tell you this. Yoga and moving your body moves the energy. It brings better brain function. It clears energetic blockages that are being held in your body, because you can do a lot not moving and still moving the energy. But then there's that final yoga just says, get it out. You might even get emotional during yoga and not know why. And it's just energy being released. You don't always have to know why. So move your body. That'll help with the energy. But wearing things that assist. So the crystals of the planet, we can work with them. They help you focus. They help you magnify, focus, zero in on the energies that you need. You may gravitate to one or two crystals the most, and that will be your personal magic. You have to listen to that, because anyone else can tell you, I love this and you need to have this and this is the thing to have. But before I knew anything about crystals, I was always gravitating to amethyst, and I still do. So like amethyst is like my magic. It always has been, it always will be. It's crown chakra. It helps remove headaches. It opens your psychic gifts, your intuition. Of course, the purple vibration, the high vibration, the crown chakra. And I love purple. I wear it all the time. I try to make sure it's somewhere in my hair. And purple. But it's amethyst is one of those beautiful stones to have. It also has quartz. Amethyst naturally has quartz in it. So you can connect to amethyst and quartz. Quartz magnifies. Quartz removes negative energies and lower frequencies and raises the vibration. So it's a lot of that. So I love my amethyst. But I also have a love for, let's see if I can find the shiny side. A love for labradorite. See that? That's so cool. So here's my labradorite sphere. Labradorite is so beautiful. It helps you see the light within the darkness. It helps. It's a great new moon stone. It's a great stone for enhancing your psychic gifts, bringing psychic protection, assisting you on your starseed path. So many starseeds will gravitate towards labradorite as well. It's a beautiful stone to have. And what was the other stone I wanted to mention? Is rose quartz. See this guy? Oh my god, he's so cool. Good energy just from this guy. But then this is rose quartz. So obviously quartz. Rose quartz is the pink stone of love. Helps you remember you are deserving of giving and receiving love, opening your heart center. The Pleiadians come in with saying, open your heart, open your heart center. Often when they come to me, they're saying, we are here. And this last time, a couple of days ago, they came and said, open your heart, we are here. So they really want the open-heartedness. The other stone to mention, and I have more, but is moldavite. I'm not going to take this one off, but I'll try to come close to you because putting it back on is a pain that took us. This is a magician cut moldavite stone. Moldavite is galactic energy, so it's said to be there was some sort of meteoric collision, and moldavite and tektite spilled all over the planet. So Czechoslovakia, I believe, or what do they call it now? Czech. I'm so sorry. But you can go there. I did a report on Czechoslovakia when I was in 4th grade. It was so hard to pronounce back then, but I did it. So Czechoslovakia is one known place for moldavite, but you'll find the best stuff. Go to the right sources. Go to trusted sources. Sage Goddess, there's a few on Etsy. Local to New England, Pelham and Grayson is a great crystal warehouse to go to. If you have your business card, you can show up and they'll give you 50% off everything. So go there. That's in Connecticut. So let's jump into more of my notes because I want to make sure I remember everything. The article that I am going to link for you guys also shares with you common Pleiadian traits, yada, yada, yada. Some extra things that are really cool. And I think at least 2, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 different divine cosmic messages that I felt were relevant to just keep in the article for you towards the bottom. So you can read those connections that I've channeled the Pleiadians. I also offer the star rites. There are 2 star rites with the Pleiadians. We have the Pleiadian Golden Woven Path Rite that connects you. It's a 300,000 year long lineage, and it connects you to this golden woven path that is of the 5D consciousness, bringing you further into the 5D consciousness, and it also assists others when you help others who are crossing over to connect to the 5D consciousness, jumping over 4D right into 5D. And then there's the Kochakuna Carpe, which is very ancient and has been used in with the shamans for a very long time. They connect to the Pleiades, and they have for a long time. It's been all across time, the Pleiades. Just like the angels are across time and religions, the Pleiades are across many cultures throughout time. Through the shamans, with the 7 mountains of Peru connecting to the 7 sisters, the Kochakuna Carpe, star rite that I can offer to you that connects you to the 7 stars, the 7 sisters. It's in Greek mythology, and here's just for fun, just another image I have on the article of the 7 stars. And then let's make sure, I just want my notes in front of me, make sure that I remember everything, because when I get it all up here, then I forget like half the things I want to say, and then I was like, darn it. So I want to make sure I just mention everything before I let you go. I just remembered my moldavite bowl. See, a little ADHD-ish can come in with the high vibrations because there's just so much coming in. Grounding your energy is key, as I mentioned. So, the Pleiades star cluster in the constellation of Taurus, they actually happen to be in the Eye of Horus, which I found interesting because that has also been something that's been coming to me this week. I just happened to synchronistically come across the Eye of Horus, an amulet that shows both of that. I can feel the energy just picturing it. Both eyes, the left and the right, with the Ankh. So it has that Egyptian root, the Egyptian roots to it. And the Eye of Horus is said to be a symbol for protection and healing, good fortune. The one that I'm picturing right now has both eyes. There's the Greek mythology story of Horus, how he lost his eye. Go down the rabbit hole, check that out. It's interesting. but how he lost his eye, and then it's said that he ended up being able to get it reconstituted, and it had magical powers. So it is well revered. It's a symbol, and when I looked at the symbol, it's a confirmation for me when I look at the symbol and I feel it. I feel it in my heart, I feel it in my throat chakra, and there's something to that, a connection, past life connection, etc., with the energy of it. So you may have some Egyptian roots there, which also connects us to the Lyrans. The Lyrans are coming in. The Lyrans are of 888. They often come in with the Lion's Gate portal we have on August 8th every year. And the Lyrans come in to remind us that we deserve to be empowered and feel our will energy and manifest what we desire. And through that self-empowerment, just like the citrine. Citrine's another beautiful stone to have. I have a citrine one right here, this beautiful tribal amulet. Citrine is the longer stone. Purple fluorite, I believe, is on top. There was a moldavite here, but it fell off, and I had to re-glue it, and I forgot. But I got moldavite up here, so good. Citrine is great for self-empowerment. And the Lyrans want to assist us with our beautiful manifesting of that which we desire: money, abundance, prosperity, flow, because they know that also assists us on our soul's mission to have that in order to do our soul's mission. The Lyrans are of our soul's lineage. They didn't make it, the planet did not make it through the Orion War that broke out, so they scattered across the galaxy, and they have now seeded the Syrians, the Pleiades, and some other planets as well. So they're of our soul's lineage, so I'm sure that I was at least a Lyran once or twice. I'm feeling like I have that extra connection to them. You just know. And the Pleiades can potentially sometimes are called and said they could be our future selves. Their goal, they have ascended, but they do still have an agenda. They have ascended duality and all that entails here on Earth. But they do still have an agenda of love and light and of assisting us and planet Earth, Gaia, in raising the frequency to assist the galaxy and have that ripple effect out into the world in a positive way rather than destruction and anything that's negative, right? Like lower vibration and doing anything not so great for the planet and ourselves. So now, like, as we raise our vibration, we're held and bathed in a new light. So we're held to a higher standard. The Hermetic principles would be good for you to look into as well. I have talked about them in my Mystic Soul course as well. Let me know if you want that class. And I am offering Mystic Soul 2.0 next year. The theme is all about See the Sacred. We're going to do a lot of good things next year. More deeper dives into things. This past year, I really did everything in the kitchen sink, I think. But there is more, as always, a double click. But a lot of Pleiadian work, Lyrans, Arcturians connected to, as well as all the Moon key rights. Moon means love, key is energy. Those are within the beautiful Mystic Soul course. And so many other things, So teaching you about sacred circles and sacred protocol and beautiful things to help you hold a sacred container. So now you might find that you're gaining more inspiration to do something, align your path this way, not that way. Go here, learn this thing. Now I need to learn that thing. This inspiration may be coming up stronger during this lineup. Okay. What else do I want to mention to you guys? So, Pleiadian can be seen as our future selves. They're more evolved than us, beyond duality. They're here to help us evolve. Okay. And so what should a person be doing during these special Pleiadian dates, especially the ones during May 15th through 20th and November 15th through 20th? So try to be your own counsel, away from other influences, and listen to your higher self as you align to these energies. Not everyone will resonate to Pleiadian lineup, but those who have Pleiadian missions and bloodlines will resonate. And for those sleeping Pleiadians who will be so strongly awakened during these lineup days, let me personally acknowledge your arrival by extending my support to you for your brave and courageous mission to our planet. We know that coming through the veil without direct memory is hard, but there are others like yourself, so know that you are not alone, as millions come with you and are waiting for connection. And for those of you who came through the veil with direct memory, please help the rest of your Pleiadian brothers and sisters align with us at whatever level of comfort you desire and participation. So know that you have that extra mission. If you are a Pleiadian starseed and have deeper roots with the Pleiades, you will also be someone who's more highly sought out, worked with during the Pleiadian lineup. But again, just the galactic energy period tends to just really come in. It's like the perfect alignment for anything to just come rushing in when we need that gentle push or a little bit of a harder push. Remember, as I always say, listen to the whispers or else you're going to have to hear the screams. And sometimes it just doesn't come through clearly enough until you raise your vibration. And how to do that? Meditate. Hold your crystals. Use essential oils. Align with truth, authenticity. Do your inner work. See what your triggers are. Align with love anyway. Like, you keep staying on the path and on that course, and you keep going. The Moldavite oil was the other one. Essential oils that have Moldavite in them. So it has a Moldavite chipstone in there. This Moldavite oil. You'll find it on Amazon. This happens to be from Sage Goddess, her blend. It's beautiful. I just love the scent. And she made it so it'd be really good on your skin too. And it's just so good. So what you want to do is place it on your wrist for what you do, ankles for where you go, and third eye for what you know. That way you tap into the main gateways where you send and receive the most energy, your hands, your feet, your head. And that's also enabling you to, what the essential oils do is they get into your bloodstream in 3 seconds. And they are so high and potent and high in vibration that they raise your frequency. Once it's in your bloodstream, it's into all the meridians in your body when you hit those certain points, wrists, ankles, and forehead, or crown. You can do crown if that's what you prefer. Both will tap into that meridian line in that gateway. And raise your frequency. So having some of that around when you want to meditate and connect to your galactic self. Ooh, love it. So the peak of the Pleiadian lineup just before midnight on November 18th, as I mentioned. So that was last night as I'm recording this now. There is, more notes that I wrote. There is a shift happening. These shifts have been building. The planet's frequency is ascending, and since the planet is our family and we are connected, we too are ascending. We can assist the planet just as it assists us. Waking up is step 1. Aligning with our soul's mission that can be ever evolving and changing, and raising our frequency. Sending love to Gaia. Sending light to Gaia. Sending love to the stars. We are of the earth and we are of the stars. We are all star seeds. Earth humans born on, as I mentioned before, born on Earth, you're still a star seed. You're an Earth star seed if you only incarnated here. But you're still a star seed. We're all of the galaxy and connected to the galaxy. We're all made of stardust. We all have a role in this magical dimension of learning, recording, and rising. So, I mean, some people believe that we are all star seeds and every single one of us has experienced lives on other planets. I can't say for sure until I'm on the other side. Can you? 100%? In order to say with 100% certainty, you have to be crossed over to the other side usually, or maybe near-death experience. And there are some people who are so very earth-based and Middle Earth, which I am so connected to Middle Earth. I love Middle Earth. It's so beautiful. And there's a deep, deep connection and my roots there. So although I have deep connections and roots to the stars, I also have it with Earth. I've had many people say that they feel like my energy is very balanced in divine feminine and masculine energy, and I'm very balanced with the upper and the lower. So maybe that's why. Maybe I happen to be someone who has had, you know, a balanced amount of lives out there, down here, or who knows, all the lives and all the things, doing my work, being my witchy self, being my shamany self, being my goddessy self, my starseed self, my earth self, whatever self, doesn't matter, you are soul first. Sometimes I get silly in these high vibrations. But we're all that. And we're all connected. Whether we only had galaxy, galactic, starseed lives until this life here on Earth. Whether we only had Earth lives. We're all still one. We're all connected to Divine Source, Creator, the truth, the core of the universe. So we are light beings. We are all light beings having this human experience right now. These portals of energy are powerful times to take a leap further in our evolution and ascension process. So remember that. Galactic stuff and synchronicity and numbers will amplify at this time. The universe's way of talking to us is through symbols and synchronicity. Always, always, always it's talking to us. And if you don't believe it, you won't see it. When you start to open up to it and believe it, it's everywhere. You will get messages when you need them. You will see numbers often as a code, a light code to activate something within you, a code to remind you that you're on the right path, a message to remind you that you're on the right path and go do this, or it's time to get into meditation or make a wish, or like time to manifest. All these numbers have meaning and different meaning depending on who you are. And many people often see the time they were born as their number. My husband was born at 2:37, and he sees 237 everywhere, and it's in an insane amount because it spreads. I see it all the time now, and especially when I'm like connecting to his energy, right? And my daughter calls out to it all the time, has so for years. So it's so funny. 237, 237, 237. I was born at 5:35 p.m. April 13th. My daughter was born at 5:35 p.m. April 12th. So we are linked with a 24-hour window in our date of birth and time of birth. It's interesting. Adds up to 13. I see 13s all the time. All the time I'm connected to 13. 13 is transformation, change, and death. Death of one thing to transform into something new, embrace something new. So I see 13 all the time. I see 7s all the time. Before I knew anything about synchronicities and numbers, 7s was the bee's knees with me. 7, 7, 7, 7. 7 everything. 7 stars of the Pleiades. 7 mountains in Peru. 7 main chakras. We have many chakras in our body, but we have 7. The 7 is a very holy number, and it's honored and revered as a sign of completion. In 7 years, our body remakes itself. Every cell in our body is new in every 7 years. So there's something to that 7. 7 seeds of life makes up part of the flower of life. Then we get into sacred geometry. Very huge key I'm jumping from numbers. I still want to read the numbers. Wait. Galactic stuff and synchronicity. So 777, known as the sacred number of spirituality, mysticism, completion of cycles. Make sure I remembered everything there that I said about that one. So then we have 11. 11, 11. That's so common as the first number that people start to see all the time. It's the gateway number. It's the opening. It's a twin flame portal number. And often you will feel a heightened energy as well. And for me, and for a long time, I thought it was just me. The running of the energy causes me to shake sometimes. So if you've had any of my rituals online where I'm doing them and you can see me, you might see me shaking at one point. And that's just the energy is running through and I'm sending it to you. And it happens more often during these gateway moments, and during any high holiday like Samhain. If you're doing a ritual meditation, if I'm doing an energy healing session, I might start the shaking. But then every day I'm cleansing myself too. I'm cleansing my aura. You have to keep your aura, your energy cleansed and cleared. You need good energetic hygiene in order to not take on other people's shit. As a starseed, as an empath, you will naturally do that because it's a part of your mission to transmute those lower frequencies and send it down to planet Earth. But also you don't need to take on other people's crap if it's too much, right? Your goal is to have it regulated as much as possible, right? So having your protection crystals when you need a little extra grounding, grounding will help you send energy down. Having them on when you're offering a session with someone can help you too. I don't always wear the grounding ones when I have an energy session. Some people are very adamant about wearing the grounding stones to make sure that their boundaries are there and they're held. I don't always remember that, and sometimes the energy is just fine. I can easily, because I work with energy all the time, I easily send it to Gaia for transmutation. So you will notice that some people have different ways of processing the energy, and breath work is so huge to cleanse and clear your field. So in yoga we do a lot of breath work and chanting, and asana, which is posture movement. Which, by the way, if you're interested in yoga and you can only learn it online, I have an entire online yoga course ready and available for you. So let me know, because for me, teaching yoga needed to include magic. So it has all of those elements embedded within my yoga teacher training, but it has all of the elements that I learned in my 200-hour yoga teacher training too. So know that it's a full and complete comprehensive yoga teacher training. Anyway, moving on. Whew. Numbers 1111, astrology numbers like 27. Check starseedhotline.com. Lavendar, I had an astrology reading with her. It took, I think, like 8 months. There was a little bit of a wait list, but it's so worth it. Just get on the list, pay her for the extra time, because you have the option to get extra time. Pay for the extra time, you'll regret it. But get on the list, and then have your reading with her, because she did, back in the 70s, she did a powerful gathering in the Pyramid Giza, and I have a Pleiadian Lineup meditation ready to go for you that I recorded last Pleiadian Lineup last year, that you can do, that takes you into the Pyramid Giza. Just feeling the energy right now, even just talking about it. But you can go into that pyramid and connect to the star cluster. Just going to allow the energy to flow through to you guys. There are people who do light codes and vocal light codes and channeling as a part of their release of the energy. So sometimes that may or may not come through for me. Often it's hand motions and just energy and breath. She connected to and was called to invite certain people. Go to the website, watch the YouTube videos, watch them all. You'll love the rabbit hole you get in when you look into that. It's a beautiful experience where she talks about it during the Pleiadian lineup, and having these specific quartz crystals, little tiny ones that she had to find and hire a it's not mining, it's diving. Hire a diver to get them underwater, take them to get charged under the Pleiadian lineup in this pyramid with these people, and do this like 3-day long event there. And it was a lot of work, but it was so worth it, as she tells. And she talks about walk-ins occurring at that time. So this is something else that will happen, walk-ins. Your walk-in experience could be a message from the universe from someone else. Someone else may connect to the Pleiadians. Someone may walk into their body, share a message with you, then you hear the message, that person, the walk-in, leaves, and then this person's left here saying, I didn't say that. What are you talking about? I said that? Okay, cool. But like, it was meant to get you back on your path, or to have you look into something new. Whatever the message was for you. Those kinds of walk-ins will happen very subtle, and you may or may not know that they're walk-ins. Other walk-ins will happen where one soul is replaced by another, and the agreement is made. It just is. And you'll know it's so obvious sometimes, because they will become different. They will have different tastes for food, different tastes for people and friends. They will be different. So one experience during that, in the 70s with Lavendar, she was watching two people who came into the experience, into the pyramid with her. They were immediately like really lovey-dovey with each other, had just met, and they wanted to be together. They were, you know, doing the couple thing already. So they go into the pyramid, have this 3-day long experience. There's a walk-in experience that happens with the guy. They go out at the end and at the finish, and the guy never talks to that woman again. Doesn't even know her. How do you explain that? Walk-in? Steve Noble talks of his experience with walk-ins as well, so you can look him up. That'll be a nice rabbit hole for you. He has some amazing magical meditations that you can enjoy as well. Beautiful ones. He has a Pleiadian one, at least one. There's so many sources that you can look online, and of course my YouTube. Go to maggiesbliss.com. The link to my YouTube channel's there, and you can just type in or look for it, or like I said, I'm going to link the Pleiadian one in this YouTube video so that you can have access to it right away with ease. Subscribe to my channel, because if I record another one, you'll be able to be notified when a new one is uploaded, when a new meditation is uploaded, when a new energy is uploaded. So that'll be cool. So what else? Pleiadian connection throughout time. Yes, we talked about that. Other unique numbers that may come in: 707, 717, 777. As I mentioned, 713 for me. The 7s and 13s combined and came in together for me, which is interesting. And they add up to 11. 713 adds up to 11. So there we go. 8s for abundance, infinity, twin flames, the Lyrans. And then let's see, 808, 818. 11 or 1s are awakeners. If you see it with another, it's holding information with the others. Like if you see 717, the 1 is holding the information with the others. If it's 717, it's them coming in with more information, like a coding being turned on within you. So starseeds come in with a predetermined timelines, and something may turn off as you come in. The cloud of forgetfulness, right? Or you choose to go off path. But these numbers and these alignments assist in getting us back on track. Those light codes that come in, the messages, and these gateways, the twin flame gateway, the 1111 gateway, the Pleiadian lineup, the Lion's Gate, all beautiful times to take advantage of. 222 is twin flame, partnership and union, indicating union coming. 1212 is still indicating that as well, with the 1s in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, everything is doing good. You're accelerating. As I mentioned, 237 is something my husband sees. It's a birth code, a code that can works towards confirming his path, waking him up, seeing something, and then see if you can find out what's your birth time. Do you see that number all the time? It awakens something within you when you see it. It activates you. So also know that you're not crazy. Many starseeds or people connecting to the galactics will think that they're crazy, and they're not. You're not. And medication will only dumb down your opening and your awakening and your gifts. If it's just sometimes medication is so what you need, biology, whatever, it's something that will help you make it through the day. If there's depression or anxiety that's heightened too much and for too long, it's debilitating. So obviously there is an assistance there. So see what you can work with and balance that out. If you're able to work towards meditating more, getting out of the city, being in nature where you can be connected and feel the oneness of all, will really help with alleviating any anxiety. If you're too much on the computer or too much in the EMF fields, it's gonna hide your gifts, hide you, and cloud your field, cloud your connections. Shungite is the other stone I wanted to mention. I don't think I have one here, but I have a Shungite pyramid next to the electric, the thing, you know, the electric box. Everyone now is saying, doesn't she know the name of that thing? I lost my words. Another high vibrational ascension system symptom, where the words are kind of like, what? You see it and you can envision it. It's just like, what? A lot of EMFs from your TV and from that box, the electric box. So Shungite there, Shungite in front of your TVs, in front of your computer, Shungite on you. I have one that has a triangle facing down, that's for feminine. There's a triangle that faces up for masculine that my husband likes to wear. So have it on your phone. They make circular Shungite stones with a sticker on one side, so you can put it on your phone and that'll help you. So Shungite, Shungite, Shungite. Make sure it's from Russia. Then you'll know it's real and it's from the source. Shungite clears water. It's a purifier. And we're made up of mostly water. Shungite is lined in a basin in, I believe, Russia that is said to be the purest water on the planet. And in Roman times, they used to line their pipes with Shungite. So it's a well-known assistance for that. Put it in your water in the fridge, put the water you're drinking, like, it's safe and it's just going to purify the water. When you get it, place it under the full moon, or cleanse it with water, place it under the full moon just to clear it, and then get it start doing its work. You're not crazy. So easy for starseeds and empaths to fall to addiction of drugs, alcohol, food. It's to drown out what seems crazy or unimaginable. But you can survive. Meditating, getting out in nature, doing yoga, those things will really, really, really help you. Tapping into any crystals that are calming. I have lithium quartz. This is literally laced, has myconized lithium on the outside of the stone. I call it my joy stone because the lithium makes you calm and happy, peaceful. And so is a lepidolite, well known for anxiety and PTSD. These are great stones for that, and holding them brings more peace. Lepidolite is also laced with myconized lithium on the outside of the stone. I like to have raw stones as much as possible because I feel them more, but even when they're tumbled, I'll still, like, the energy is amazing and magical. But like for these two, just knowing that they have the myconized lithium right on the outside, and when it touches your skin, it's already like assisting you in that way. It's really cool. So this is what they really do mine these. The pharmacies really do mine these to get the lithium. That's where they get the lithium from. It's from crystals. So the planet provides us with the tools and the medicines that we need. If there is an issue, there is a solution and a cure. There is a stone for that. There is an oil for that. There is a plant for that. Everything. And it's said that if wherever a disease or illness occurred, it's in that same natural habitat where the medicine is located. So things to think about. Let's continue so I don't keep you too long. Numbers. You are not crazy. Like, food addiction is my thing. So I gained a lot of weight. I was 225 pounds. And that was when I stopped weighing myself. So it's possible I was more, but I like to just say I lost 90 pounds. It's probably more. So, it soothes you. It makes you feel better in the moment, but it's not a long-term cure. And empaths will be overeaters too, because they want to ground. They want to like send everything down. So like it's just finding the right tools to help you ground things down, like black obsidian, black tourmaline, shungite, grounding stones, red garnet, and then other ways, meditating and yoga and just doing things that get the energy out. So I think that was it. So yeah, I lost the weight, and then you do that inner work, and it's still like on the edges. If you've ever been someone with an addiction, it's still there, and then you just have to work with it. I mean, having a food addiction is like challenging, because it's like you need food to live. You can't just be cold turkey without it. But it's possible. And you just start to make that decision that it's now or never, and do the thing, and allow yourself to feel the light inside you again. And then it's like you can handle it. You realize you're not crazy. And there's support groups and other starseeds out there, of course. Allow yourself to head down the rabbit hole and research on Google and in books. Starseeds will find the info they are meant to see, and you will just feel it and know it's truth. Synchronicity will lead you, right? The universe is always leading you where you need to go, and to read the things you need to read, learn the things you need to learn, see the things you need to see to awaken. So you will be led to those right things, starseed or no, right? Like Earth starseed or galactic starseed, whoever you are, the universe is working for you. When you see synchronicities and messages, still yourself. Take a moment. What are you thinking about in that moment? What are you doing? Downloads will come even if you don't recognize it or know it at the moment. Later, something will pop up or come out, and they are linked experiences even if you aren't aware of it. So like, allow yourself to still yourself. We go through our experiences and our challenges as a way of experiencing firsthand what's happening. Then we heal ourselves first, and then we can assist others with our experience to step out of the shit. It's a lifelong journey. So we can help others with the things that we've completed while we're still working on the other bullshit that we have to put up with, right? And I say it's bullshit, but it's just all things that we're meant to traverse and go through, and challenges that we need to transmute into pure light, to ho'oponopono the shit out of it, whatever it is, to release, let that shit go, right? We are still working on it, but there are other things that we can help other people with that we've perhaps surpassed. And in the teaching of it, there's like an extra layer of learning that continues. So it's really neat. They say when you want to learn something, take a class. When you want to master it, teach it. So you're going to help people along your path. They'll come to you randomly, or maybe you do end up being a teacher or a psychic or a healer, and those are divine paths that will are beautiful, so that you can assist others in rising up too. And it's best to do our inner work. Whenever someone wants to be a healer, they are going to go through it. When they find that that's their calling, they're going to go through the stuff they need to heal within them in order to be able to be that clear channel to heal others. So it happens. Okay. Starseeds are pre-programmed to assist and infuse others and the world with light codes. So we come in with this pre-programmed set of light codes that are activated during these portals, these gateways, and we're pre-programmed, and it's just naturally infused in what we do, in our, like, in this energy update for you guys, in an energy healing session, in a reading I do for you, in my divine cosmic messages I offer you, in talking with someone, giving someone advice, coaching, soul coaching, in whatever it is that you're meant to do. It could be in your art, your paintings, your singing, your chanting. It could be in how you translate teaching yoga, and how you translate teaching anything. And whether it's all of this mindful stuff, meditation, healing, galactic stuff, or tarot or Reiki and star rites and whatever it is, and to the mundane, more mundane things, like you have a divine gift and you're meant to teach kids, right? So maybe you're a school teacher, you're going to emit your light. Your light frequencies go out there to all, and they're felt, and it's pretty amazing and magical. So just know that it's flowing, and you'll continue to allow that to flow with your intention. If you're setting up, like for me, if I'm setting up my energy, divine cosmic message or an energy update, or meditation, I intend to be a clear and perfect channel, to be as far removed as possible from the process, so that I am a clear and perfect channel for all the high frequencies, all the star codes, the light codes, the frequencies of high vibration to flow through. Send it through those words in my divine cosmic message. Send it through the messages that I meant to say to you in a tarot reading. Send it through in the energy healing session I'm meant to do with you. Send it through the yoga class that I teach to all my students. Like how does it come through? And send it through. And so for you, poetry, singing, chanting, teaching, if it's not any of the ones that I mentioned, what is your gift? You're naturally sending your frequency through that. I want to be all inclusive. My Libra rising wants to be fair to everyone. So I'm trying to remember all like the different kinds of financial advisor, all the things. But okay. Have your intention, as I mentioned, that when you're working with yourself and others, you're healing yourself, you're healing the world, and you're creating your outer reality. Tap into your inner reality, create. You're the creator of your reality, whether you know it or not. So now we awaken, we see it, we create. If you're not seeing it, I mentioned this at the beginning, if you're not seeing something you like, go inward, create, and allow it to ripple outward. It's easier to tap into higher frequencies when our energy field is cleared. I also will link it here. I have an interdimensional holographic healing that I do almost daily for myself, and it's something that you can do. You connect to your 100% perfect whole and complete hologram self, and you bring forth the light codes, and train your energy. You bring forth those light codes and higher frequencies to you. You harvest that activated 12-strand DNA and that light code information, scent code information, sound code information, color code information, sacred geometry codes, everything. It flows to you. And your first step is removing what no longer serves you, and removing that. You can do it with Vogels or just with your intention, and with your guides, your angels, your light team that you call in. And then you've created space. So then you call in, you bring in the light and all that you want to create through envisioning in your hologram self, and then beaming those light codes over to you. So I have that's available for you. But chakra cleansings and aura cleansing, just cleanse your energy every stinking day. Take a salt bath. That will help you so much, especially during times when it's very challenging. Get into the warm bath with some salt. Even if you're not like, I don't have time for any of the other stuff I do in the bath, I just need to cleanse my energy. So just do that. Eat organically as much as possible. That will help your energy, your frequency. As I mentioned, shungite is great for EMF fields. Walk in nature. Align your thoughts, your frequency, your emotions with that which you desire. If it's something that's not pleasing and that is dragging your energy down, be aware of it and shift. Consciously shift it to something that's neutral or higher, or better or more positive or lighter, like something like that, so that you shift your polarity into a more balanced way of being. So all of the connections to the Pleiadians will happen now. You may experience walk-in, you may experience telepathy, communications with others. You'll just know their thoughts, even if it's not like actual words, but you'll know like the feeling and the essence of it, or you, right? You'll connect more easily to the Pleiadians now in the galactic energy, so you can communicate too and do these light codes too. And you can receive information. You will get confirmation from the outside. You can write it, create it, paint, sing, meditate with intention, and utilize the lineup energy to manifest with the Lyrans, the Pleiadians, become the creator because you are anyway. Bursts of information are going to come to you during the Pleiadian lineup. Pleiades are found in the Eye of Horus. I already talked about that. Nighttime tends to be a stronger time to connect to the Pleiades during the Pleiadian lineup. It's, like I mentioned, it's quieter, it's calmer. You can see the stars, and that witching hour, as you approach it closer and closer, the veil is thinnest. Connection is made more easily. Massive downloads of energy and light codes will occur. Going into meditation more often during these times will assist with deeper connections. Great energy for releasing and shedding all that no longer serves you now. Take that opportunity and come back, meditate, ground, get out in nature. I say it a lot because I really want you to hear it and know that it's effective. Starseeds are here to ground the light codes and transmute energy to Earth. So as you're outside in nature, you're grounding and you're getting back to center, and you're connecting to the wonders of the universe, the oneness, the truth. Sound releases and raises frequency. It will amplify your creations and healing. Sound is a beautiful way. I have my quartz singing bowls. I have one that is moldavite and quartz. So come to my Sacred Zone Journeys. My next one is December 13th at the Woods Yoga. So I offer that with a guided journey. So I lead you on a journey, and you have the bowls, you have all of that with the energy that I send out through the sound waves. It's a magical experience. It's beautiful. So if you are local to Lincoln, Rhode Island, come on down and enjoy. It's not full yet. It tends to get full fast. The other thing to note, past lives and other lives are coming up right now. I even just had like a long dream one night. Of course, I had a lapis lazuli stone on my heart as I fell asleep in the shape of a beetle. So of course the synchronicity comes in with Carl Jung and the beetle taking us back to Egypt, and then the Eye of the Horse was the synchronicity, and the one that and I couldn't resist it. I'm getting it. It has a beetle and the amulet. So I fell asleep with that on my chest, and then so many dreams of just people doing horrible things to people and just all the weirdness going on. And I was like, oh, that must have been like a lot of past lives that were trying to like come in. I don't even know. It was crazy. So past lives are coming in, and all the patterns you notice in your life, all the little patterns that are happening, the things, the habits, the things that keep coming to you, similar relationships that keep coming to you, all those things are things for you to see, to transmute, to work on and work through and release it, instead of just letting it keep going over and over again. So soul retrieval is huge for this, to assist you with this. So now is a great time to work with soul retrieval. It will unbind you from these old past patterns and soul contracts. So you go back and you retrieve parts of your soul connected to that pattern. Again, another class I did in my Mystic Soul this past year. So again, if that's calling to you, let me know. I can send it to you. I'm allowing the purchase of the separate classes that you're interested in Mystic Soul. They're all listed on the Mystic Soul page on my website. If you like want to just peruse and look, there's a soul retrieval one where we connect with the Andromedans to assist us in retrieving a part of our soul. It's a beautiful one that I channeled. So you go back in meditation with the intention to connect to that issue, that pattern, that person, whatever it is. Like, even if you're not being led by someone, like, this can be your intention when you go into meditation, and then you go back with the intention to clear this. So ask what the issue is when you're in, and then allow that contract to be released. If there's any work for you to do, ask some questions like that, some probing questions of, should I do anything? Is there anything I'm meant to do? What do I need to cleanse and clear here? Do some Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. Where is that piece of my soul see that piece of you that was missing, call it back to you energetically, so that you're processing any past life issues, and you're also calling any pieces that fragmented you and made you not feel as whole, so you can call that back in. Walk-ins, as I mentioned, may happen either temporarily or permanently to keep you on your path and your soul's mission. Be open to receive. That's what they said to me. Always, always, always open to receive. Divine feminine and divine masculine merge. A union is felt now. It's a good, powerful time for those to happen. If you feel like your divine feminine is out of whack, if you're not allowing enough or you're allowing too much and getting walked all over, that's an imbalance with feminine. If your divine masculine is taking over, maybe you're too active, too out there, too much in the rules and getting too much in the masculine, or maybe you're not active enough and there needs to be some balance met over there in the masculinity. So bring them together, because although we have a twin flame out there, we're also made up of two halves of the whole ourselves, light and shadow, divine feminine, masculine. So it's about merging and integrating so that we can rise. Twin flame again. Heart-to-heart connections are occurring now. I've seen a lot of that. Twin flame energy, tantric energies out there. You can tap into tantric energy and twin flame energy to manifest and to rise and to just have those connections and know that they're there is so like just helpful and healing and supportive to you. Telepathic connections are occurring. Be careful of your diet and eating junk. Eat organic as much as possible. I mentioned this already. Eating junk food too much, like they say 80% healthy, 20% can be, you know, not so healthy. If you want to just try to be more on track, but the junk food will only feed your anxiety eventually and just make the matters worse. So just balance it, because we're here to enjoy it too. We're not just here to, you know, we shouldn't like do our best to not be in, I hate this word, but gluttony with regard to anything. So over too much of anything, too much food and junk food is too much. So everything in moderation, as they say, but find your balance. What's your balance and what makes you feel good? Notice when you feel good and uplifted. I notice when I eat just a little less in the chocolate department or some other, what else do I, when I'm being naughty, Tootsie Rolls. I am lighter and I can connect a little more easily to spirit when I am not so much in the junk food eating. Deeper connections to galactic energy. Inner reality creates outer reality, as I mentioned. Creating now more than ever is occurring. And crystals, I mentioned a bunch, so I just wanted to read to you a little bit. So crystals by themselves are vibratory minerals, so that so those people whose blood crystals, and I need to take these off. Those are my glasses to see far away, not to read. Those people whose blood crystals have been changed and aligned for future crystal work must handle crystals with positive feelings and thought forms. Crystals can magnify, amplify, direct, focus, and transform energy. These energies can be awesome. Crystals are powerful sources that come from the all that is. Keep your thoughts into the upswing, positive, creative, and spiritual vibration. If you do, you will maintain a healthy mind and body. The three most important connective tissues that cover the brain, the spinal cord, and nerve fibers all have large supplies of silica. When silica is, so this I got from starseedhotline.com. Keep your thoughts in the upswing. Okay, when silica is undersupplied, then these connective tissues start to break down and degeneration begins. These connective tissues must be working at top performance to ensure the proper signaling of transmitted information for entire system to come into balance. Quartz crystal, made from the property of silica, which is universal in frequency, is used for energy manifestation, communication, healings, and power sources on many plants within the universe. Take silica from biotin or other products. I take biotin, and I noticed a difference when I started taking biotin. So I just, like with anything, I was just like, well, I'll try it. Biotin, it's a little more on the expensive realm, but I felt it better than a generic one that I had tried before it. What resonates with you. It also helps with hair growth, fingernail growth. So anyway, take silica from biotin. It has the silica that you need, or other products to help you maintain silica in the body rather than excrete too much. And as you do that, you can, right? You're not excreting it, so you're maintaining that, and your level of energy is beautiful. I already talked about labradorite, helps starseeds transmute. Labradorite also helps you transmute the ick. Citrine for self-empowerment, quartz to magnify, amethyst open third eye, Merkaba. So you could get in, I talked about moldavite. I did not talk about monotypic gold and Merkaba. So monatomic gold can help starseeds and everyone, especially those with Rh negative blood. See if you can get your hands on that and integrate that energy and frequency into your vortex. That will help you. Some benefits of monatomic gold include helping improve physical and mental energy. It's very calming and balancing, strengthens the blood and heart, reduces infections, and boosts the immune system. It is great for the skin and hair and anti-aging properties. Some instances of heightened spiritual awareness and psychic abilities have been reported from constant use of monatomic gold. The inner alchemical journey begins. So there is an essential oil one of it, so you can get it. It can be a little pricey. The one I found that I feel is a trusted source, it's like $84, but it could last a long time. You're only taking a few drops, and you know. But again, it's something to try and see. Never overtake. So these oils and these places, these sources are making sure that you're getting the right dose. They're not going to overdose you. So you stick to the label and see what resonates too, of course, because I have not tried monatomic gold, but I have heard things from other starseeds, and other people are recommending it, so I'm recommending it to you to see if you resonate with it. I haven't tried it yet. I do plan to, though. Ayahuasca journeys is something else I plan to do, too. When the time is right, when it comes to me, or when I travel to Peru, we'll see which comes first. I'm hoping it'll come to me and like be in the area, in the vicinity, but right now it's not legal in the U.S. It has medicinal properties. It's very healing for the body. It can cure and has been known to cure depression, Alzheimer's, other physical issues in your body. They give it in tiny doses to kids in Peru because when they're not feeling well, because they know it heals them. So ayahuasca is plant medicine, and it is something to hold sacred, to go into journey. There is an ayahuasca dieta that you have to follow that will help you with less purging. Purging also occurs when you haven't done that inner work. So know that you may end up having some purging to do. We're human. We're always doing the work, but we'll see, right? But you take this tea and you go into journey and you connect, and it helps you to see more than your human eye can see when we're in these lower vibrations. But it's also very healing. So it heals you on all the levels. So the dieta is, you can't be on any medications. So that's the shitty part for someone who's been on medications for years. You have to be at least 6 weeks out before you go into ayahuasca, because especially antidepressants, because there's something in that is contraindicated with ayahuasca that can cause a stroke. So you want to be off the medications, knowing that once you get in there, healing begins. So eating no meat, like there's a whole list, and you can look it up and Google it, but no sex, no thoughts of sex. There's other things too as a part of the dieta before you go into journey. It's really cool. It's interesting. I like it. So I'm going to do that. There's something else called Cambio. I think it's Cambio. That is local and legal that I'm me and my husband, we're gonna set that up soon and do that. So I can't wait for that. That's gonna be interesting, but that's a whole other thing. But sacred medicine gets you connected, gets you open to connect, right? And so that popped in. Moldavite oil, as I mentioned, they also make it in incense. So sacred geometry is another thing to connect to, and another thing you will find yourself disconnecting to anyway. All crystals and stones are made up of the flower of life. My teacher went into journey with 2 crystals and said, I want to know what happens with crystals. What's going on here? So she looked at these crystals and she saw that the flower of life was inside them. And then she said, okay, now put them together. What happens? And they create this whole other geometric formation, new magic. So that's why, like, when you get stones, maybe you clear them if you don't want them to have the energy of the other stones and people that have touched it, because you want to just have a clear stone to work with, and then combine them as you do with grids or whatever you're going to do with the crystals. But anyway, it was really interesting. So sacred geometry, like I said, so this one has the flower of life imprinted on it too, which is really cool. Merkaba, it said that we travel in our Merkaba. It said that in Lemurian times we used to travel back and forth from place to place. We'd think of it and just be there with our Merkaba as our, you know, way of traveling. Instantaneously we can be somewhere else. It's really cool. And I also have a 17 breath Merkaba meditation on my YouTube channel that may interest you, to assist you in awakening your Merkaba and connecting to your ancient roots again, right? There is one journey I took, a channeling, where I saw myself inside what was more like a Vogel. So sometimes it's said we're in a diamond shape, but it was more like a Vogel. Narrower on the end, wider on the top, and it was spinning really, really fast around me. I thought that was interesting because it said that when we die, we go into that kind of, inside that kind of formation as we travel to the other realm. Okay, so you may tap into sound and frequencies and sacred geometry, light codes. So learn more of that, dive deeper into the rabbit hole of that. So other symptoms you may experience: ringing in the ears. That's downloads for you. Maybe you meditate when you feel the ringing and ask, is there anything you need to know now, or just continue to allow the download and the unpacking and the seed being planted. You may go from very tired to very wide awake because the downloads cause you to need time to integrate, and that rest is forced upon you. And other times you have so much energy. Very sped up energy, as I mentioned, ADHD-like. Channeling is usually sped up. Twin flame connections. We are waking up, and awakening from Muggle land to the truth is common to occur now. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. So once you've awakened, you know it's out there. So when you try to dumb it down after you've awakened, you're almost causing some form of mundane depression in your body because you're resisting what truth has been revealed to you. And open up and allow it to be there. It's so beautiful, the vast universe out there. Okay, then I think for now that is a lot to talk about. I didn't want to get into too much of the Nibiru and Anunnaki stuff right now. There's a lot out there you could look into with regard to that. So for now, I will leave you with this exceptionally long video about the Pleiadian lineup, as well as an energy update about what's happening right now, what's going on. I didn't do a card spread this time, but I do have the Super Attractor. Love this thing going on. So I will pull one card before I leave you guys. And there was a bit of a light code activation in the middle of this video. So if you didn't watch the whole thing, you can go back and watch. The whole thing is infused with energy and light codes. So your watching this will assist you on your path. Just will. This is really cool. So mine or anyone else's who has a similar thing. So here we go. This is the one that wants to come out. Simple enough. It's good to feel good. good to feel good. They say they've done studies with those who are pessimistic and those who are positive. The pessimistic and the positive go through a similar challenge. The one who is pessimistic and negative had a hard time, a really hard time the whole time. Really hard to find the solution and complained the whole time. Sucked. The positive person was like, all is well and all will be well no matter what, and very positive, and I'm going to find the solution, and if I don't, oh well, it's okay. But like the positive person finds the solution faster, and if they didn't, they still felt better during the challenge. Like, they felt better. So you feel those energies, those frequencies in your body, so it's good to feel good, and it's good to be positive, uplifting as much as possible. But remember, I may be a spiritual cheerleader, but I believe that you need to process the negative energies and the shit and the crap and the icky stuff that comes up, and the sticky, icky, tricky stuff. You can't ignore it. You can't dumb it down. It will just keep coming back and getting louder and louder until it explodes. I believe that you need to vent, but then I also believe you need to shift your energy and move. Move up, move on, move up. Let go of the crap and move on up. There will be processing and things you have to do or not do, meditating and introspection and allowing yourself to realize that something within you created part of that situation. So what do you need to do to process it and release it and let it go? But it's good to feel good. So take that to heart and just ride these waves. Go easy on yourself. Rest when you need to. Get out in nature and have a beautiful rest of your week. I hope to see you guys very soon for one of my classes, one of my online classes, or in person. My online Mystic Soul Course 2.0, See the Sacred, is starting February 1st, because that is, we're going to go into the Wheel of the Year as a part of the curriculum, and that is our start of the Wheel of the Year. It's in bulk, so we will connect to that. But as last year was infused with Middle Earth and grounded Earth energy, it was also infused with star and galactic energy. So that's what I bring to the table, is the balance of the both. So that's what's going to happen this coming year. And we're going to have some beautiful meditations, exercises, and things to help you process and dive deep into yourself. It'll be really, really powerful and amazing. So that'll be an interesting time. I hope you join us for that. I have a private secret Facebook group for everyone who joins. We meet live, and then the classes are recorded, so you'll always have access to them. And if you have any questions on this, let me know. If you'd like to receive an energy healing session from me, a channeling reading, or come to any of my classes, let me know. I'm here to offer, assist, and we work together. So I hope to see you guys soon. Blessed be.